So today we are going to go through all the books that I've bought in the last 3 months. Hey guys, it's Carly, and today we're gonna go over all the books I bought over the last 3 months. So the first quarter of 2023. Not a ton of stuff here. You know, it could be, and it has been a lot worse before, but we'll see. So most of the stuff is off Indigo. I did 2 Indigo orders in the past 3 months, but I also did do a little shopping on Amazon, which I never bookshop on Amazon because the prices aren't particularly good for Canadians, really. And Walmart, which I don't usually bookshop at Walmart either, unless it's a book that I really want that I see at Walmart when I happen to be there. And I do also have a few book of the month books. So the first thing we're going to start with is the first Indigo order I made, which is this one. So there's 5 books here. This is the Indigo order I made on Boxing Day because I did get a gift card from work. I got a gift card from work as kind of our Christmas present. So I had a book that I wanted to pre-order, so I just ordered a bunch of stuff then. So I guess technically you could count this as the end of December haul, but none of this stuff arrived until January, so I'm gonna count it as January. So the first 2 books I got are actually part of a series. So I got Toxic by Sarah Shepard and I got Vicious by Sarah Shepard. These are the last 2 books in the Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard. I feel like I've already said that. These are the last 2 novels in that main series. They do have a couple of novellas. I want to say hi, Luna. So these were the last 2 I needed. I asked for them for Christmas, but they were only available online. I'm sorry, my cat wants food. Let me go get her food. Are you hungry? Okay, so she didn't actually want to eat. She was just like, you usually give me a little dry food at 4 o'clock. It's 4:30 and I don't have it yet. But anyway, these are the last 2 books that I got that I needed in the series. So now I can just read the rest of the series. I don't have to worry about trying to find the books because these 2 were only available online. And I know they've rewritten the books kind of recently to kind of update the verbiage, I guess you could call it, in it. And I think these are the regular old versions of the books. I don't know. I've always ordered my books for Pretty Little Liars off Indigo and never had any issues, so hopefully I won't with these ones either. The next 2 books I got in that package were both by Ali Hazelwood. So I got The Love Hypothesis, which I had read on Libby and really liked, so I just wanted to purchase it. It was a 5-star read for me, so I just wanted to have a physical copy of it. I haven't read this version of it because I read the digital version, but this was kind of just to cover my bases on my favorite books. And I also got Ali Hazelwood's Love on the Brain. I do plan on ordering Love theoretically. It just doesn't come out until June. There's no point in me pre-ordering it yet. I'll just pre-order it when it gets closer to June. But I had Love on the Brain on hold on Libby. And when I was making this order, I was like, okay, I might as well get The Love Hypothesis because I really love that book. And I'll get Love on the Brain at the same time, and then I can read just the physical copy. Again, this is a book I've already read. I think it is in my February wrap-up. I think I talked about that book there, but it was 4 stars for me. I really liked it. The next book I got is the one I actually made that order for, so I could pre-order, and that is The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. This is a duology by Holly Black that happens in the same world as the Cruel Prince series. So it's following Jude's younger brother, Oak, which you don't really get to hear a lot about Oak. Oak in the Cruel Prince books are kind of just the pawn they use to get the throne. He's really nothing more than a pawn. So I'm really excited to read more about him and more about his journey and his life, because he is also at the end of the Cruel Prince book, at the end of the Queen of Nothing, he is living in the human world for his own protection. So I'm curious about how his life went, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm really excited about this book. I haven't read it yet. I just haven't been in the mood to read this type of fantasy yet, but yeah, I'm really excited. And I really am also excited for the whole duology to be released. But yeah, that was the first Indigo package I got. The second Indigo package is a little bit smaller. It was okay, ma'am. My cats are so weird. She was laying on her back on the floor, right kind of in front of her cat tree. And all of a sudden she just swung her arms behind her and grabbed onto the cat tree and pulled herself on and just started bunny kicking it. Such a weirdo, Luna. Yeah, she's still going. I don't know if you can hear that, but she's bunny kicking it. So, I placed this order when the Indigo... I'm also sorry if the light's changing. I'm filming with natural light right now because it's still kind of 4 o'clock in the afternoon and there's lots of light. But it's cloudy out, so the sun's gonna come and go. And now my cat's coming to harass my tripod. Don't. So anyway, the second Indigo order I placed because Indigo's website was hacked. It was I don't know, taken hostage. It was one of those cyber hostage situations where the hackers take over your website and then you have to pay them to get it back. So anyway, their website was down for a month, I swear, while they tried to figure out what happened and then rebuild their website and recover all the data and all that sort of stuff. So they had I think it was 30 or 40% off. It was crazy when they finally did get their site back up. And then if you're a Plum Plus member, which I am, you got an extra 5% off. And as a Plum Plus member, I already get 10% off. So I was getting close to 50% off for these books. So I kind of had to make a few purchases. So the first book I got was Finley Donovan Knocks Them Dead by El Casamano. El Casamano. I did read, what's the first book called? Finley Donovan. What is the first book called now? So I did read Finley Donovan is Killing It over Christmas. Really liked it, and I just could never get a hold of Finley Donovan Knocks Them Dead because it was always out of stock every time I went to go order books. But it was finally in stock, so I picked it up. I do plan on reading the third book in the series. As long as I like this one, I do plan on reading the third book in the series. I just haven't ordered it yet. This is kind of one of those series that I'm not in a big rush to read, so I can order them kind of one at a time as I have time, and I'm not going to make a specific order just to order these Finley Donovan books, even though I really do like them. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Then the next 2 books I got are part of a series. So I got Caraval and Legendary by Stephanie Garber. So these are both part of a series. It's part of a trilogy. I just don't have the third book yet. The third book is called Finale. I don't have it yet because I kind of just want to make sure I like this series before I buy the full thing, if you get what I mean. But anyway, Caraval I also read on Libby and really liked. I think I gave it a 4 stars, and plus these covers are just so pretty. So I really liked it, and I wanted to read the rest of the series. They didn't end up having Legendary available on Libby through my library, so that's kind of why I took the plunge and just purchased the series, because I do like it. I feel like I'm going to like the rest of it, and it wasn't available on Libby. But yeah, so I got Caraval, and then I got Legendary. I haven't read Legendary yet, but I'm hoping to get to it within the next couple months. I don't want to take a long time to read this series. But yeah, that was the second Indigo haul I made, which surprisingly not that much. And for book of the month, I've been holding off. If I don't like any of the picks for book of the month, I haven't been picking a book, which is like new for me. So the only book of the month picks that I used so far this year were in February. So in February, the book I picked up was Lunar Love by Lauren Kung Jensen. It just looked really cute, and the cover is so pretty, so I'm really excited to read it. And when I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, that's so cute. I love it. And it takes place during Lunar New Year, and Lunar New Year is just such like a magical time. It could be partially because I was in Asia during Lunar New Year once, so like I maybe have clouded memories of it, but I'm really excited to read this. I was gonna read this in February, and then I just never got around to it. And then in that same book of the month, for my add-on, I chose Babel by R.F. Kuang. R.F. Kuang. This is just a book I've heard a lot about, and I was very curious about, and I kind of wanted to pick up, so I was like, oh, it's available through book of the month. I'll just pick it up there, you know? But yeah, I'm like really excited to read this. I don't know when I'm gonna read this because this type of book isn't like kind of dark academia isn't kind of what I'm into right now, but hopefully I'll be in the mood soon because I've only heard good things about this book. Everyone who reads it seems to give it like 5 stars, so I'm really excited. I just have to get in the mood. And that's it. So the final few books I have are from other stores that aren't like necessarily bookstores. So first, from Walmart, these are books that I kind of just picked up when I was going through Walmart. I always like go past the books. And sometimes they have stuff I'm interested in, sometimes they don't. So the first book I got was Before I Do by Sophie Cousins. I don't know why I got this book. I think it's because at the time that I got this book, I was like really, I think this is what it was. At the time I picked up this book, I was like really loving Kiss Her Once for Me. And I think the aesthetic of this book in the color purple is what drew me into this one. Because this book, I don't know if I'm gonna like it ever. It's like kind of one of those things that it like happens all over the course of one day. It happens at the rehearsal dinner for the wedding, honestly. So basically, Audrey's fiance's sister shows up with Audrey's like what if guy, like the guy she always wonders, like what if we never broke up? What if we stayed together? What if we had gotten back together? And then she's like trying to sort out her feelings for him literally the day before her wedding. So it's not usually the type of book I like, but we'll see. I'll give it a go. I just haven't read it yet, and I have no desire to, so I don't know why I picked it up, because it was purple probably, that's it. The other book I got was Playing the Long Game. This is Christine Sinclair's memoir. She is arguably one of the most famous Canadian athletes. She like is the most recognizable Canadian soccer player, men or women, I would argue. I mean, Alphonso Davies, just because of his success in the Premier League, is kind of like super famous, but like Christine Sinclair is the one who was there. She was fighting and clawing and scratching this national program along when literally everyone else was like, just let it die, Christine. And she still fights a lot for Canadian soccer and Canadian women's soccer in particular. So I'm interested in it. I like Christine Sinclair. I don't think you can dislike Christine Sinclair. Like, if you don't like Christine Sinclair, what did she ever do to you? But basically, it's just her memoir. So I just picked it up. And then the final book I picked up on Amazon. I was having the hardest time finding this book. So this book was initially in my second Indigo order, and then I hate it. I hate when Indigo does this. But like once in a while, they'll have books on their website that you can purchase, and then they'll email you and be like, actually, that's not available. We're canceling it. But it'll stay up on their website as if you could purchase it and they have it in stock. So that's what happened to this one, and this book was like the reason I made the order was because I wanted this book. So when it wasn't available, I was like really desperate to get it, and it's such an expensive book too. I don't know why it's so expensive. It was $40. Maybe over, I think it was like $45. It was so expensive. I had to get it on Amazon. I literally could not find it anywhere else. But yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, the book is Nitro, The Incredible Rise and Inevitable Collapse of Ted Turner's WCW by Guy Evans. It's just like basically a history of Nitro and how it came to like fruition and how it came to prominence, and then how they slowly but surely killed it. Like legitimately killed it. I'm really excited about it. Like everyone who reads this book, like you obviously wouldn't read this book if you aren't interested in wrestling or don't want to know anything about wrestling. If you are not even the least bit interested in wrestling, do not read this book because you won't like it. I have a baby now. Hi. Anyway, if you're not interested in wrestling, don't read this book because that's all it's about. If you're interested in like how a business can rise to prominence and then fall within 5 years, then I guess you would probably also like this book. It kind of depends. It could be something you're interested in. All I know is, okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to like keep my cat from clawing my tripod right now because she's gonna 100% do that. Anyway, all I know about this book is everybody who reads it and is interested in wrestling 100% recommends it. They all say this is like the best wrestling history book they've ever read, ever in their entire lives. And I'm like, okay, you've sold me. I'm gonna read it. So basically, the back says, with the inside knowledge of a journalist, the perspective of a historian, and the passion of a fan, author Guy Evans provides a fresh look at an unfortunate inevitability, the downfall of World Championship Wrestling. Bolstered by exclusive interviews with over 120 former TBS and WCW employees, Nitro is the definitive picture of the last wrestling boom. You sold me! You sold me. I'm very excited. So excited. And it's like thick. This is a chunky book, but I feel like this will be one I read like right away. But yeah, that is my haul for the first 3 months of 2023. I'm excited to read these. A good chunk of these I've already read. Some of them I haven't. Some of them I have like no intention of reading. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.